Since 2012, Lucasfilm has been basically in a symbiotic, parasitical relationship with this guy. He is not a professional writer. He is not a creative. He is a techie. He created StarWars.com. Of course, we all know this is Pablo Hidalgo, who was, before 2012, a mere consultant. Then he ran to Kathy Kennedy and basically said, I want a real job. Kathy Kennedy obliged. And then what happened is the worst possible thing. They hired this person who instantly turned antagonistic to the fans, especially after dumping the EU. Why am I doing this? Because he's at it again, but I'll explain in a little bit. So here he is with Steele Saunders' little sticker, your Nook Theory thought that Steele gladly handed out to him and Ryan Johnson, two people who shouldn't even be allowed to be custodians at Lucasfilm, antagonizing the fans. We're not allowed to speculate. And if we do, we get mocked by these people who, like Pablo, still claims to be inside. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Pablo has done more to hurt Lucasfilm than I think anybody. And he's attacked YouTubers, calling us parasites. I don't understand why. I'm involved. I don't make money at this. I love Star Wars. And, you know, George always says Star Wars was for everybody. But apparently, according to Pablo, it's only for people like him. Okay? But this is the attitude. I have a plethora of tweets that he's sent out attacking fans. I've heard numerous stories. But here we go with his attack on Star Wars Theory, Emotions Are for Sharing, after Luke showed up in the end of Season 2 Mandalorian. And there it is again, Emotions Are for Sharing. So yesterday, I was alerted to this. This is this rumor now is over a month old. And we all thought for sure that Harry was going to be in it, in Mandalorian or Boba Fett finale. His name was even in IMDb Pro. So this is just a troll against the fans. Again, Pablo is looking for drama. He's looking to attack fans again. Now, if this is brought up at a meeting, you know, he'll blame me for it, or he'll blame whoever has called him out on Twitter for it, because this isn't his fault, even though he's the one that brought up this old rumor. But let's talk about this old rumor. Why would anybody think it was real? First of all, it did start out as a rumor. However, here's the IMDb Pro list for the finale of the Book of Boba Fett. Tamara Morrison, Ming-Na Wen. You know, when I went on IMDb Pro, because I do have a membership there, I was shocked by what I saw. I thought, you know, are they putting this out there to get people to come and watch? Yeah, they were. Likely. And the funny thing is that when you scroll down, Here's Pedro Pascal, but look who's below him. The man himself, Han Solo, Harrison Ford. Now, why would anybody not think it was true? Unless this was a hack job and they did it deliberately to troll fans. Okay, whoever they is, because I don't think Disney or Lucasfilm proper, Favreau, Filoni, Rodriguez would do that. Now, there are two theories here. And the rumor that I've heard is that the finale wasn't good enough for Harrison Ford to be in it. Okay, Jon Favreau has had a working relationship with Harrison Ford since Cowboys and Aliens. I have a friend who worked on Cowboys and Aliens. Okay, so Harrison Ford being in this episode as Han Solo wouldn't surprise me, didn't surprise anybody who worked with both of them in Cowboys and Aliens, and it makes sense. Larry Kasdan himself said Ford stated regret over leaving the sequel trilogy so soon, and the fact that Ford shows up to Star Wars Celebration, at least in 2017, for the 40th anniversary, is a big deal, and he may show up again. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is that if it wasn't a real entry and someone just put him on there, why? Now, I'm not going to go on the accusatory route, but there is a rumor out there on Reddit that I found very interesting, that Hidalgo has a relationship with Jason Ward. Hidalgo is a techie. Hidalgo has likely, I would say, friends at Twitter and friends at IMDb Pro. Probably, maybe they did it just to fuck with people, okay? Look, I'm being serious. This guy has caused numerous, insurmountable damage to Lucasfilm. How many fans have packed it up and said, fuck you, because of this guy? Even when Mandalorian came out. Now remember, Pablo attacked Star Wars theory over Luke returning. Pablo didn't like it. Let me explain Pablo here. The sight of a straight, white, alpha male like Han Solo, aka Harrison Ford, pisses Pablo off. He's very comfortable telling you you're an ist or a phobe without acknowledging the fact that he is the biggest bigot on the planet. Okay, he's got BLM in his bio, an Antifa, and yet there he is attacking white people and white straight alpha males in particular. Okay, and apparently he still is at it, because apparently now he's attacking Harrison Ford. Oh, okay, good idea. If you didn't want to get bitch slapped worse than Chris Rock, well, you're going to, because this shit's gotta end. Okay, Bob Chapek, all right, let's ignore the LGBTQ hissy fit over a bill that doesn't include them. In Florida, let's ignore the fact that Florida has a super majority of Republicans and a vast majority of Disney employees work in Orlando. So how many of them actually voted for Ron DeSantis and voted for their local Republican authorities? All right, let's ignore that. Let's ignore all the bullshit that the pink tutu weirdos and the Karen angry white awfuls created for Bob Chapek. Let's ignore that. Bob Chapek said, the customer is our North Star. We are going to be guided by them. And yet here's Pablo attacking Harrison Ford, who's probably the biggest name in Star Wars, since he's literally the only one that really became a movie star. Yes, and I'm including Ewan McGregor in that. I'm not including Alec Guinness in that, because Alec Guinness was already, his career was sort of on the decline. He was older, and so was Peter Cushing. So Harrison Ford, he is attacking the biggest name attached to the series, to the franchise. All right, I want to ask Disney right now, if you have someone who constantly attacks your customers, and you've stated specifically that this is not going to happen anymore, why is this person still working there? He says he is. He insists he is. But Lucasfilm isn't listed in his bio. He made a rationality, an excuse for it. He doesn't follow Star Wars in his public account, Lucasfilm, or Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Here's another thing, and this is a question that somebody on Twitter needs to ask. Pablo, I would think you would know what the story was behind this, since you're so close to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and they're the ones behind all this. Okay? I mean, I would think that you are Mr. Insider, and you are the font of all Star Wars knowledge and all, inside scoops. I would think you would know what the reason was. But here you are posting a fan magazine. I find it interesting. I also find it quite stupid of you to even say anything. But then, you're clever, but clever and intelligence and instincts don't really go together. Being clever doesn't mean you're not stupid. And Pablo, you are without a doubt one of the stupidest human beings I have ever come across in my whole life. You literally can't keep your fucking mouth shut. Sorry for dropping F-bombs, ladies and gentlemen. Should somebody at Disney see this? But I am sick of seeing his face. I am sick of hearing him. Why, if Disney's putting me as a customer and everybody else, all my subscribers and fans in general, as their North Star, why is he still there? Why? I just sent this to Frank Marshall, the tweet. I sent it to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Let's see what happens. Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.